Welcome to RidgeLife, I'm Tim, and today we're going to look at some rabbit feeders and rabbit waters for our hutch here on the ridge. Hopefully you've seen us build this rabbit hutch behind us. It's a combo 3-section rabbit hutch and rabbit tractor. The top section comes off the stand and we can move it throughout the yard here on the ridge, and they can get fresh green grass. But one thing we need to do is set them up with waters and feeders. We haven't done that yet, so you'll get to see that today. What we decided to do with waters and feeders is we bought our products on Amazon. I'll put the links in the description. And here we've got a Rentacoop 64-ounce waterer. As opposed to a bottle waterer where you have to take the bottle off, fill it from the bottom side, screw the lid back on and put it back on the hutch, this one will mount on the outside of the hutch and you fill it from the top. So you got an easy access door on the top, so we'll just fill it from the top, never having to take it off. That's pretty nice. Of course, you can take the whole top section off, you know, for cleaning. There we go. Let's see what we have inside the package here. So we open it up, we've got some paperwork, and this is instructions on how to set it up. A 2-liter drinker with metal autofill cup. Now, a lot of them have the little nipples, you know, you have to, the little stainless steel ball that the rabbit will lick and the water comes out very slowly. This one is very unique. It actually has a metal autofill cup for them to drink out of like they would a bowl. And as far as the contents to set it up, what we got in here in the Ziploc bag, there is a spring for attachment that goes around the outside. And then of course here is your autofill cup. It's a stainless steel cup. We're going to mount it to the hole that's already pre-drilled on the front of the container. And then what happens is this is spring loaded and there's a valve in here, and whenever it's full it closes, and as the rabbit drinks it lifts up and then opens the valve and starts to fill it more. I'll give you a more close-up view. So here we can see the stainless steel cup, and as you can tell it goes down like this, flips up and down. You look inside of it, you can see the little spring for the valve. Now, as it's filled, it goes down, and as it's emptied, it goes up and allows water to flow in. Here we can see the hole that's pre-drilled. We'll just take this little wing nut off here. It's got a little O-ring gasket to keep it sealed. We'll put it through here, and this will be on the inside of the hutch. And again, it's stainless steel, so the rabbit shouldn't be chewing on it. And this plastic part here, hopefully it's in the back side and they won't have access to chew on it. We'll see how that goes, but it should work really well. That was the Rentacoop 64-ounce autofill stainless steel cup water. For feeder, we're going to use this 5-inch Pet Lodge pellet feeder. The 5-inch Pet Lodge pellet feeder has a screened bottom, allows all the dust and all the foreign material to drop out. Rabbits do not like to inhale all that dust. It's not good for them either. That screen bottom will also allow any moisture to seep out and keep it from mushing up all your pellets. This is a galvanized steel. Hopefully the galvanized, which is a zinc coating in the steel making process, keeps it from rusting. It will be mounted on the outside of the hutch. We'll have to cut a hole that will, in the 1-inch by 1-inch hardware cloth, that will allow this section to go into the hutch and the rabbits will be able to feed from it. Again, I'm having 1 per rabbit. With it mounted on the hutch, with this section on the inside, this section on the outside, it opens like this. Well, it'll be allowed flush with the screen, so you can dump in your pellets from the outside. Doesn't cause any interference. Once you cut your hole out of your hardware cloth to allow this to insert, we have these latches here on the side that will latch on and hold it in place. Now that you've seen both of these products, let's get them installed. We'll start with getting Peppa's water done here. You can see we're going to set it about right there, and we'll have our 5-inch feeder right next to it, and this will keep the height of the cup just about right for her to drink out of without having to get too high or too low stepping on it, playing on it. So I think it's be about the right height. Show you how this works. You're going to just push in the threaded portion into the container, and then there's a wing nut we will tighten it down with. So let's go ahead and get this opened up, and I'll show you how all this works. So we're gonna get it set up about right there, about 2 over, push that in, and just go ahead and thread, twist it on. I know it's not threaded, but it does seem to fit very, very tightly, and that gasket should seat really well and give it a nice, good waterproof fitting. And I think that's gonna be high enough so it doesn't hit the rail when it goes in. Now I'm gonna take the wing nut, Make sure I get it set up right. I'm just going to tighten it on. Again, you don't want to tighten it on too tight to where it cracks any of the plastic, which I don't think it's going to be an issue, but I just tighten it on there, and then we'll get it full of water and we'll see how it goes. Of course, we have the spring to keep it attached. Again, I'm going to get it set about right there, and you'll see how it clears. Oh, it clears perfectly as it goes in. It clears perfectly. I think that's going to be a great height. Now that we have our autofill cup attached to our container, we're going to need to attach the container to the door by using the included spring. Now I'm just going to close this down, attach the spring to the door here, and just find a spot. Do the same thing on this side. Get a little bit of tension on here. Get that on there. There we go. Now that we have our autofill cup attached to our container, we need to attach the container to the door. So we have the included spring. I'm just going to close the door here, get this attached to the wall, and just put it on there. Come back around, do the same thing on this side. Just going to get it all attached there. There we go. So that should hold that on nice and secure. One thing you want to make sure is that your cup is level. So get down and look at it. Make sure it's perfectly level. That way the fill line will stay level in the cup, and the on-off valve will work properly as well. We'll put the lid on. You see it just fastens over the top. Okay, there we go. And then now the fill lid opens this way, so you can just pour it right in. That looks very good. Now we're going to fill this up. And just get some in there. Okay, you can see the cup is not filling, and I'll show you how this works. So the cup, I already got some water in there a little bit from testing this out, but all right, so the cup is not filling, but when I take my finger off of it, you're going to see that since there's no water in the cup, not enough water to keep it down, it's going to go up and then start to fill. And you can see right now it's filling. Once it gets to the point where the cup is down far enough, the valve will come off. There you go. See, it's staying filled. Now, when it goes up, it fills more, down. So as the rabbit's drinking on it, pushing it up, it just keeps filling it up. Let's go ahead and close the lid. We got it secured properly. We're making sure the cup is on level. If it's level, you will make sure that it will fill properly and stay filled properly. That looks nice and level, and you can see it goes in. And let's see if we can get Peppa here to want to drink some from it. I'll turn her around so when she comes in, she can see it coming in. Of course, she doesn't really know. That's not. She's used to the nipple style, the kind they lick, stainless steel nipple, and we'll see how this one works for her. We're going to go ahead and set up our feeder here. Again, this is the Pet Lodge 5-inch chew-proof feeder. We're going to set it right up here on this ledge between these two rungs here, and so I need to cut out this caging right here so that can slide in. Then I'll use these latches here to secure it to the fencing on the door. Go ahead and cut out 3 inches by 5 inches. I think that's going to make it easier to get it in. So 3 inches by 5 inches. I was trying to do it with just the 3x2, but I think it's going to be a little bit too snug. I think this will fit just fine. So go ahead and try this real quick. We got 3 inches by 5 inches. Pry that in. I really didn't want to go more than 5 on the width because that would leave a lot of gap on the side, and I don't want them having room for anything to get out there. So I think this is going to work just fine. Here we go. So we're slid up. There we go. All right, we are in, and I'll get it pushed down to the bottom, and you'll see that we'll attach our side clamps. Come up and over. As it comes up, you'll be see this side clamp goes right in, attaches down. Same thing on this side. Push up, attach down. Now that is secured nice and firm. And you can see that extra inch we cut off the top really didn't pay no mind to it. So we will secure this better and fill it full of feed. Now that we've got our water attached with water in it, we'll get our feeder here. It's attached, and we're going to go ahead and fill it up. I'm gonna open this up so you can see it from this angle. So it's gonna fill and go down to the bottom. All the dust is gonna pour out the bottom, and you can see it's gonna be nice, perfect level for Peppa here to eat out of. Now you wanna make sure that there's no real sharp edges for your rabbit to get cut on. Sometimes these things come with manufacturer's defects where they can get cut on easily. So make sure it's all smooth and there's no sharp edges. Go ahead and fill this up. See, we'll get it about halfway full. I got the water about 2/3 the way full, and again, we'll feed the feeder about 2/3 the way full. This being a 5-inch feeder, and I'll check on them and see the rate at which they're eating from it. So I like that a lot. That's a predator, mostly predator secure, and so easy to fill. So I just fill up with food there, fill up with water there, don't have to take anything apart. I really like that a lot. Open it up and take a look at it. You can see the feed right here. They can get to the feed easy, nice and secure around it, secure to the cage wall. And our water, again, fills up nicely, nice and level. All right, we'll see if they use that. Go ahead and get the next 2 compartments. We'll get Frosties done, we'll get cupcakes done, we'll come back and we'll see if we'll watch them eat and drink out of our new waterers and feeders. Hope you enjoyed watching us install our 64-ounce autofill stainless steel cup Rentacoop waterers on our rabbit hutches, and also our Pet Lodge 5-inch feeder. I've came back and checked each one of the waterers. I do not see any leaks coming from around the seal. I did have one water, the plastic wing nut, did not fit tightly on the threads. Luckily I had ordered 4, one for the other hobby hutch, so I'll have to be getting a new wing nut for that. So one of the wing nuts did not fit tightly on the threads. I didn't see any leaks though around the nozzle or around the cup, and they don't appear to be continuously filling either. So once they filled up, they stopped filling. Now we'll check back and see how they work long term, but right now the waterers are working great. The feeders look really nice as well. I think they're secured very well onto the hutch. The hole I had to cut out wasn't that big, and I think it's going to stay on there. It'll take a lot to get these things off of there. They hold a lot. They hold a lot of feed, enough for definitely one rabbit to have no issue at all. If you're using these feeders to feed more than one rabbit, you're going to have to fill them a little bit more often. But 5-inch by I think 9-inch or 8-inch, that's a lot of feed, more than I was just feeding out of the cup I was giving them before. Now for our grow out hutch, I'm going to have more than one water, and I've got a 5-pound galvanized feeder. I'll show you that on another video. The next thing on our list will be to make hay mangers. Now you can buy the ones that have a little diagonal shaped, and they fit on the side of the hutch. I really don't want to spend any money for it, so I'm going to make those myself, and I'm going to show you how to make those out of 1-inch by 1-inch hardware cloth. That'll be coming up in a video very, very soon. Please check back with RidgeLife often. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. You'll see a lot more videos coming out of rabbits, chickens, hunting, fishing, just barn life, farm life, whatever life, here on RidgeLife. To be sure you're notified of when the new videos come out, hit that notification bell. It'll notify you anytime a new video is released. You'll get a little pop-up or a little notification on your phone or on your computer, and you'll be sure not to miss a video from RidgeLife. So until next time, I hope everyone has a blessed day, and go RidgeLife.